What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to PFL13 Pokemon Fun League Draft League. This week we're taking on Dan. Now, Dan is a battler. I don't think, and correct me if I'm wrong, Dan, if you're watching this, I don't think I've ever actually battled Dan. So this is going to be a first for me. I have no idea how Dan is as a battler. I have commented his games a few times when it comes to like inside the PFL, but I've never actually played against him, I don't believe. But from what I understand, he is a pretty good battler in his own capacity. So today, we are going to be building a team for Dan. Now, Dan has Oricorio, Dracovish, Reuniclus, Comfey, Vileplume, Lucario, Spiritomb, Stoutland, Aerodactyl, Hippowdon, and Pikachu. Now, why did I say those members in that order? I really have no idea. Just kind of the order that they caught my eye. Pikachu being last, because look at that Ash hat, you know what I'm saying? So I will indeed put that on the screen for you here, just to reference, so that when we actually get to the team building process, you have something to actually look at and sort of reference as to what we are actually building to go against. I haven't heard if it's too small. If this is too small, let me know in the comments. I'm kind of trying to keep it... Actually, hold up. Let me like put Corviknight here, because I might be able to do this. If I do that, then I think that's actually like way better. That's what I'm gonna do. I am going to. This is how I'm gonna record it from now on. Never mind. Don't leave a comment. I got it. But yeah, so we are gonna be fighting against Dan. And Dan seems definitely scary. It's definitely a sand team. You see Dracovish, you see Stoutland, you see Hippowdon, notably. Reuniclus has Overcoat, but it also has Regenerator as well as Magic Guard. Reuniclus is actually a Pokemon that scares me a lot as well. There are a number of Pokemon that I think actually do pretty decent versus Dan's team. The first Pokemon that I'm going to add to the squad actually is indeed going to be Mega Sharpedo. Now, why Sharpedo? Well, obviously Mega Sharpedo is really good. What the goal is going to be, however, is we know Dan's going to try to go fast with Stoutland and Dracovish. He's got priority with Comfey. Aerodactyl's dummy fast as well, so I have a feeling that we're going to need to kind of play fast and loose against Dan. He kind of has a hyper-offensive team. His walls aren't necessarily super great. Like, obviously, Hippowdon's a very good physically defensive wall, and Reuniclus can function as like a special wall or even a physical wall. Spiritomb, Vileplume, they're more like defensive pivots. They're less like walls. But really, I think that Dan's team is scariest when it comes to actually dealing out offensive damage. Obviously with Dracovish. So, let's see. First things first, Sharpedo, we know for a fact, he always has to hold the Sharpedo. I'm going to bring Crunch, guaranteed, unless it has a higher base-powered Dark-type move, which I don't believe it does. Night Slash is a high crit rate, but that is not quite what we want. I'm going to go for Liquidation, I think. And then just looking at this, Liquidation hits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It hits 9 of his Pokemon pretty decently. The Pokemon that it doesn't hit are Dracovish and Vileplume. Now, we're not really going to be able to hit Dracovish with anything regardless, but I would indeed like the ability to potentially damage Vileplume. So I was thinking about close combat. I don't think close combat is super necessary. It might get a kill on like Stoutland, but I don't know if it's entirely necessary here. We could also take the opportunity to run D-Bond. I think D-Bond's a lot of fun, but not exactly sure here. Aqua Jet would have come in handy. Very handy last week when we were facing Mike. Aqua Jet would have meant so we could just come in with Sharpedo, Aqua Jet, and kill his Golurk. But unfortunately, we didn't have Aqua Jet. Haven't been running a lot of priority due to the fact that we have a Psychic Terrain team. Spoilers, we have Tapu Lele. For those of you who don't know what our team is, we do have a team recap video. It's called Competing in a Pokemon Draft League. It's the first video in the PFL13 playlist. Go check it out if you have no idea what's going on. Basically, we have an 11-on-11 squad. It's my 11 Pokemon versus his 11 Pokemon. We build for each other. If you guys know what a draft league is, I'm not going to go on into it. I don't know why I've decided to go on this rant right now, but Crunch, Liquidation, 2 stabs. I think I'm going to run Protect just to get the guaranteed speed boost. That is definitely very nice. One thing I do want to check, however, and yes, I know you just saw Yoshi's face. I'm going to check to see if a +1 Sharpedo outspeeds a +2 Dracovish. I don't believe it does because I'm pretty sure, let's see, Sharpedo Mega +1, 463. If we are positive speed, we still do not outspeed him. Okay, that's fine. That's not a huge deal. Crunch, Liquidation. I think I'm going to run Protect. Psychic Fangs hits Vileplume, but it doesn't really hit anybody else necessarily. Earthquake is pretty good, but not exactly useful here. It doesn't hit anything super effectively, actually, except for Pikachu, but Pikachu's going to die to literally anything I want to click on it. Psychic Fangs really only hits Vileplume, huh? Rock Tomb would only be useful to slow something down. I feel like we have to run Protect. But we also could just run Flip Turn as well, in case we want to get out of a threat. Destiny Bond's also an option. Honestly, we could just go for maybe some Priority. Priority Aqua Jet could be really nice versus something like Aerodactyl, or if we want to pick off Oricorio, or even Comfey, actually, because Comfey is, let me just double check Comfey's defensive stats here. It's 5190. Okay, this is like max defense. Let's pretend we have Aqua Jet, okay? Let's just pretend it's kind of necessary. Aqua Jet doesn't exactly do a ton here, does it? Does 19 to 23%. That is not a lot. Jesus. Or 20 to 24, I should say. Even Ice Fang does more. Ice Fang hits Vileplume, and it also hits Aerodactyl super effectively. Neutrally, Dracovish. Hippowdon super effectively. I almost want to say, like, Aqua Jet, just because I feel like Aqua Jet, especially versus like Lucario or Aerodactyl, I feel like could help out a lot. I'm just going to see a standard Lucario. Aqua Jet's going to do 36 to 43, which could be nice. Then we could also run Flip Turn. I don't know, we might come back to it. So I only have like a little bit before I start streaming, so I'm just going to start running down the list of Pokemon that I'm pretty positive are just going to come. Next Pokemon's Lantern. Lantern is going to be basically our Dracovish counter here, being able to Water Absorb any Vicious Rens, being able to maybe even catch it if it's locked in. We can go for like a T-Wave, be able to paralyze it, slow it down, really, really nice. Scald hits Hippowdon on a switch, hits Aerodactyl. It might hit Reuniclus as well, but it's not going to do a ton of damage. Volt Switch is obviously really good. The only other move that I would think of running with Lantern here is probably either Heal Bell. D-Gleam's kind of pointless. If running low key, I kind of want to like Icy Wind, but honestly, Whirlpool Lantern is like low-key heat here, because I feel like he's not going to want to be stuck in against Lantern with certain threats. Notably, I think I'm going to give him the Air Balloon, and I'm going to make this thing max defense. I'm pretty sure that means that it'll be able to at least, let's say, if Hippowdon is a physical wall and Lantern is 252... 252. Earthquake is, it's still a 2-shot, but if we're positive defense, Earthquake's still a 2-shot. Okay, so Earthquake's pretty much always a 2-shot on Lantern here, but not if we're floating in the air. Toxic is a really good option, but I have another Pokemon in mind that could supplement some Toxics. Speaking of that Pokemon, it's going to be Nihilego. Nihilego came week 1. It absolutely put in a ton of work for us, and I think that it absolutely deserves to come week 2. Not Facade, that's not what I wanted. Base 53 attack, don't run Facade on your Nihilego. Or run Facade on your Nihilego. Honestly, like, whatever. Grass Knot for Hippowdon, definitely, 100% of the time. I think we're going to run T-Spikes. I'd like to T-Spikes because I want to be able to potentially chip down Hippowdon, Dracovish, even Spiritomb, or if Reuniclus isn't, what's it called? Magic Guard, then we could also chip down Reuniclus with Toxic Spikes. I think that it just does a decent amount of chip damage, and I think it's something that Nihilego, it kind of doesn't really need a fourth move, so we can kind of run like Protect, Toxic Spikes, Knock Off even as like a utility move. I think that it just kind of helps us in general. But Grass Knot, Toxic Spikes, I'm pretty sure we're going to run probably just Power Gem. I think. Maybe just... I mean, Poison does really, really well. Sludge Wave does really, really well. Except for Hippowdon, but Hippowdon's not taking a Grass Knot here. And obviously Lucario is a little bit scary. Lucario's scary just because of all the forms of priority it gets. It gets Vacuum Wave, it gets Bullet Punch, it gets E-Speed, so... You know, obviously, priority is something we need to watch out for when it comes to Sharpedo and Nihilego. But I'm not incredibly worried here. Hex is also very interesting, but I don't think it is going to be necessary. Mirror Coat's great. Trick Room's pointless. Dude, Nihilego gets like a ton of crazy moves, actually. Gets Worry Seed? That's so random. D-Gleam hits Dracovish, actually. And it also hits Spiritomb. It might be worth running D-Gleam, because it hits everything neutrally, and it hits Lucario neutrally, whereas Grass Knot and Sludge Wave don't. But we're probably never going to live a Bullet Punch regardless, unless we're in Psychic Terrain. That makes me wonder if, let's say you're a Lucario... I wonder if Nihilego... Let's pretend we have Dazzling Gleam, okay? Just pretend. Just pretend. And we are Life Orb. We're at +1. D-Gleam has a... small chance to one-hit KO Lucario. But I mean, literally any physical move he's running just kind of blows us up. So we're not really going to be using Nihilego as our Lucario counter, mind you. But it is good for Spiritomb. It does do work versus Dracovish. T-Bolt is kind of interesting, but I don't think that necessary. Probably, for now, I'm just going to stick D-Gleam on there. I don't think a Rock-type move really does a crazy amount. Every Pokemon that I would hit with a Rock-type move, I could just hit with a Sludge Wave and do just as much damage, except for Lucario. Because Lucario is immune to it. Anyway, the next Pokemon we're going to bring, I'm kind of going out of order here. Ferrothorn is absolutely coming, just because it's our Rock Setter. It is kind of one of the only Pokemon in the game to be able to, quote-unquote, wall Dracovish. I mean, it doesn't really, but it sort of does, you know? But Stealth Rock, very important. I'm almost considering bringing Komala, because if we're running Stealth Rock as well as Toxic Spikes, I'm sort of considering the fact that we would like to keep those up, so we might want a Spinner. But at the same time, I think a max defense Ferrothorn is good versus Lucario as well. We could indeed run Protect just to see what he's going to do, as well as scout whatever potential moves. We have Protect on Sharpedo. I think that we're probably just going to run this on Nihilego here. Although, there's no reason to run Speed. We'll definitely creep the Speed here. What is Lucario's level 50 if he's positive? He's just gonna run Bullet Punch. Bullet Punch is actually just going to blow Nihiligo up. Right? Bullet Punch just kills us. Oh, you know what? It actually doesn't. A Life Orb Bullet Punch does not kill Nihiligo. That's because of our 109 base HP. That is super sick. Nihiligo is absolutely busted, and I'm so happy that I drafted this thing. Okay. That means that Lucario at level 50, if it's positive speed, goes to 156. If we are level 50, we will never get to 156 unless we max invest here. So we do indeed, unfortunately, need to... We can put the 96 in HP, actually. Yeah, because if we get rid of that... 155, oh, we're so close. Oh, we're so close, dude. Oh my goodness, we literally just need the positive nature to outspeed Lucario by 1 point. That's so dumb, but like, we kind of have to. And then we can bring it down to... Actually, wait a minute. What is Pikachu? Pikachu's base speed is 100 as well, right? Not that he's going to bring Pikachu. Okay, it is 100. It is, it's 90, excuse me. But it ties with Lucario, so it's a pretty formidable speed tier. We could also potentially bring a different set to boost our speed with Beast Boost instead of boosting our special attack. I think the special attack's really, really important, especially when it comes to breaking things like Reuniclus. Notably Reuniclus, but honestly a positive special attack on like a Grass Knot on a Hippowdon would also be really, really nice. And I'd like to get Toxic Spikes up when I force switches here too. Kind of only have a few moves here. I think, honestly, Flip Turn could be really, really solid here. Just a little bit of pivoting action. We don't have any pivoters right now. Any pivoters? Any pivoters in chat? If you're a pivoter, let me know in the comment section below. Flip Turn could be nice. Obviously, Psychic Fangs could be really good. Close Combat hits Lucario, but that's about it. Crunch is the most important thing for Reuniclus. Although, we could potentially run Substitute instead of Protect. But I almost feel like that won't go so well. Actually, I'd rather run Protect 100% of the time because he could probably just break our sub with almost anything he wants to do. Volt Switch, T-Wave, Scald, either Ice Beam, or we don't even need... I was going to say Sucker Punch, but we don't need Sucker Punch. Heal Bell could be a decent option. I don't think he's going to really spam like status moves. He might do like a little Will-O-Wisp action with Spiritomb. He could, honestly, he could have Vileplume as well. Maybe Heal Bell could be a play here. I don't know. Regardless, we'll see what holes we need to patch up here. I gotta bring Noivern. I'm gonna put a Choice Scarf on Noivern. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why Choice Scarf? Well, I'll tell you, because Choice Scarf Noivern, it actually outspeeds a +2 Dracovish. So if Dracovish is indeed in the sand, unless it's scarfed, we're going to be able to hit with a Draco Meteor, no problem. And we can also run, just like we did last week, we can run Switcheroo on this in case he wants to switch into something that he thinks is going to be helpful against Noivern, notably probably Reuniclus, maybe Lucario, Hippowdon. All those Pokemon I really don't mind tricking a Choice Scarf onto, as long as we kind of play our cards right around them. And then last but not least on this team, I think we're probably just going to bring Lele here, because Lele is a Pokemon that has not done super great work for our team yet, and I kind of really want her to. I don't know if this is going to be the time for her to do it, but I almost want to go like Iron Defense, but this gives us 2 Pokemon weak to Steel. Lele resists Psychic, though. We could also... Yeah, because this probably beats This beats Spiritomb and Reuniclus one-on-one. If we're running Shadow Ball. We can also run a stored power set, which could be really, really good. The only thing Lele's really scared of is Dracovish and Scarf Lucario. We could run a Ghostium Z as well. A Ghostium Z hits everything but Stoutland. And I wonder how much it does to Reuniclus, actually. 110.85. Yeah, Shadow Ball is just great neutral damage. Never-Ending Nightmare does indeed KO a max HP Reuniclus. Okay. I feel like Ghostium Z's kind of the play then. And I almost want to give... Alright, let's see. Scarf. You have an air balloon. I think that's really nice, actually, versus... Honestly, it's nice versus Dracovish. So Dracovish can't click Earthquake, but it's also nice versus Hippowdon, because then Hippowdon has to pop our air balloon with something like, either Toxic, or... well, you can't pop an air balloon with Toxic, but you pretty much would have to either click, like, Rock Slide. With an air balloon, if we play our cards right, Lantern can probably wall Hippowdon, but I would really just like to see how much a Scald could do to it, because as soon as Hippowdon's out of the way, Sand is out of the way. As soon as Sand is out of the way, Stoutland and Dracovish become way, way easier to deal with. I'm thinking about running Rocky Helm on Ferrothorn. I'm pretty sure that we... Because like Rocky Helm, Iron Barbs, that is an 8th and a 6th. So if an 8th is 12.5 and a 6th is... Is a 6th 18? No, a 6th is like 17, right? A 6th. Yeah. I mean, it's 17. Okay, it's not 17, but it's also not 18. Is it 17 and a half? Hold on. Math, guys. I just got done from work, so please excuse my brain. I'm trying to do division in my head. And I work with numbers all day, at least at this point in my life, so it's just not happening. But I assume that Rocky Helmet is probably just what we're going to be running on Ferrothorn, just for Dracovish, as well as potentially Lucario, and even maybe Aerodactyl. Having passive recovery could be super solid. And depending on how many Fish Friends we can take, it might actually be worth... It might actually be worth running maybe a berry, like an Aguav or something like that. I don't know. We might come back to that. For now, I'm just going to organize these guys to be in the order that they should be. I love these Pokemon, man. Lanterns come more times. Not more times, but the equal amount of times as Mega Sharpedo, Nihilego. Noivern's the only one who's come... Noivern, Lele, and Pharaoh have come every single battle. Which is kind of awesome. Draco Meteor, Switcheroo. Boomburst is great. Boomburst is really just good neutral damage. I'm pretty sure we're going to run on U-Turn, though. We have U-Turn, Volt Switch. Lele, probably just Moonblast. Probably... Well, definitely Shadow Ball. I think we're absolutely going to run the Ghostium Z. Unless we can get something... Ooh, wait. We might be able to do some spicy Z-move shenanigans here. Which would be absolutely crazy. I mean, a Tapunium Z does 75% of their health. If they're at full HP. If they're not, then it's less... it's more whelming, but... Charge Beam. Z Ally Switch, guys? What does Z Substitute do? Oh, hold on. That's going to tell me how to do motion blur. I clicked on a tutorial video I have bookmarked. Oops, you guys heard that for a second. Substitute move Pokemon. Z substitute. What does Z substitute do? All the users' lowered stats are reset. Well, that's really dumb and really lame. I don't like that much. Not worth. Grass Knot also hits Hippowdon. Energy Ball. Well, I mean, Moonblast is a guarantee for Dracovish. I almost want to run sub here. If we run sub, well, Moonblast, D-Kiss could be really good. Substitute D-Kiss could be very solid. I wish this thing got teleport, actually. Honestly, we could, if he leads Hippowdon, we could also lead this and just taunt something. That would prevent anything from setting up, as well as like hazards from going up. And then honestly, we could just the next turn maybe slam something with the Ghostium. Taunt could be high key of play. Magic Coat's hilarious. I don't think that would ever actually work though. Z Aromatherapy cures all of our status conditions as well as brings me up to full health, which I like a lot. And if we run a Grassium Z, then we can even hit. We could even hit like an Energy Ball on something. Okay, how much does Energy Ball? Let's say it's Bloom Doom does 60. What if you're Dracovish? If you're a well, Dracovish is probably just outspeeding us anyway. Bloom Doom doesn't kill Dracovish. Okay, that's good to know. Good to know that Bloom Doom doesn't do it. Sub Calm Mind, Moonblast, Shadow Ball hits everything except for like Vileplume. But then I wonder if like we're kind of stretching ourselves too thin. Either Flip Turn or probably just Aqua Jet, right? Probably just Aqua Jet. Aqua Jet probably kills Aerodactyl, which could be really, really nice. Definitely Adamant Nature. We know we're gonna run you probably bulky, but I'd really like to know how much investment Lantern needs to tap a Hippowdon. Because that's how much investment we're definitely going to run. To guaranteed to tap a physically defensive Hippowdon, we need 116 special attack. Then 140 plus. Then we're going to be slow as heck, but that doesn't matter pretty much at all. Yep. We don't need any special defense, I don't think. Honestly, being physically defensive helps us with Aerodactyl, and it also helps us with maybe Lucario if he is running a physical set. Volt Switch, T-Wave, Scald. Protect is a decent option here. See, like, okay, let's say we switch into Lantern on Dracovish, right? If we switch in Lantern on Dracovish, we want to be able to get something meaningful off. If you're a Dracovish and you see a Lantern in front of you, what do you think I'm going to go for? A Toxic, maybe? Then you go into what? Lucario? You get T-Waved? I mean, we're not going to really do a ton of damage to Dracovish outside of maybe like D-Gleam. That's really our best option. We don't really need a fourth move here. I almost want to run Protect because we don't need anything else. But also, Rain Dance is hilarious, but then it helps Vicious Rend, so that's probably just not happening. I'm really considering running Whirlpool. I'm really highly considering running Whirlpool. Because, like, do it. I really don't have a fourth move. Protect could be nice. Toxic is good, but we already have T-Wave on there. If we wanted a status on them, we have Toxic Spikes on Nihiligo. Honestly, I think Whirlpool gives us an opportunity for not only Spiritomb maybe, but if we're defensive like this, it gives us an opportunity versus Lucario. It lets us chip down Hippowdon if we somehow catch it with a Whirlpool on a switch or something like that. I think Lantern with Whirlpool is like really, really, really funny. And that makes me really happy, and I hope that it works out. So this is going to be Lantern set. That is that. Now Noivern, Draco Meteor, Switcheroo, U-turn, and I want to say Roost. For a little bit of... Ooh, you know what, though? Super Fang is really fun. Although, Taunt prevents bad things from happening. Choice Scarf, Noivern outspeeds Dracovish. Maybe I'm over-prepping for Dracovish, but that mon is Ubers for a reason, guys. It's really absurdly good. Boom Burst is great damage. I almost think Roost is just the play. I don't really want to give something a Choice Scarf. Choice Scarf Noivern is like a little redundant. It's already dummy fast, but then it might outspeed Stoutland as well. And I'm actually curious as to what is Stoutland's base speed? Is it like 90? It's 80. Okay. If you're... I think Noivern still outspeeds it. Because if it does... It might not, actually. If you're positive speed... Ooh, we just tie Stoutland. We literally just tie Stoutland with a Choice Scarf. And Draco Meteor does 67-80. Play Rough kills us. That's if he's No. Okay, all right. So Play Rough actually won't kill us. So then we probably will run probably Roost here. Because then we have an opportunity to switch in like Ferrothorn or something. I want to run every single time. I want to run Leech Seed. I think Knockoff is really good. Toxic is obviously super good. Yeah, Aqua Jet, Priority. I already have a couple answers for Hippowdon. Noivern, we pretty much know is just going to be, this is just it. This is just the set. Because now we know that it speed ties with Adamant Stoutland. Actually, positive speed Stoutland. So even like a Naive or a Jolly or something like that. Which, why would you not run Jolly? It's probably Jolly. It does speed tie. If he's in sand, if he's not scarfed, that'll speed tie. So that's probably what we're going to go with for Noivern. Nihiligo looks perfect. Sharpedo's perfect. It's really just these top two that I'm now considering here. Shadow Ball, Moonblast. Spiritomb gets Poltergeist now, doesn't it? Although Moonblast probably kills. High key, I want to run like Z Rain Dance or something like that. I think that would be awesome. But Lele doesn't even get Rain Dance. It literally only gets Sunny Day. But Z Sunny Day is like really, really funny. Because that gives me a positive speed. And that could be absurd. Bro, what if I ran Skill Swap? What does Z Skill Swap do? I know, I'm thinking about Heat, guys. It's part of my curse. Its speed rises by 1 stage. Yo, imagine if we Z Skill Swap on like Dracovish or like Imagine. We would get Sand Rush. And then he would get Psychic Surge. And then it might proc again if ours is gone. I mean, then we can't run Ghostium. And Ghostium's obviously really good. Dude, Z skill swap. It's so pointless, but like, it makes me so happy. Charge Beam? High key heat as well. Even though it can miss, the 70% chance to boost special attack is really awesome. Energy Ball hits Hippowdon. I'm almost thinking like an AV might be good for Lele here. I mean, I don't want to not run a Z move though. Grass Knot probably does more damage to Hippowdon. I don't know what song this is, but popping off right now. Psychic type doesn't do good versus this team. Even though Psychic is obviously very solid. I mean, it does good versus Vileplume. Honestly, in terrain too. Probably. Yeah, for Uniclus is the Z captain here. How much does a Shadow Ball do? This is all team building is, guys. This is literally just plugging and playing. Let's say we have Shadow Ball, right? Let's say you're a Reuniclus. How much does a regular Shadow Ball do? Shadow Ball's still kind of a 2-tap. That's assuming we're not even positive speed, which, quite frankly, I don't know if we would need to be. Well, to outspeed Pikachu and Lucario, we would absolutely need to be, so. Oh, we probably live a Bullet Punch from Lucario as well. Yeah, Shadow Ball pretty much 2-taps Reuniclus. That's not specially defensive, I should say. Psyshock does so much damage to us. Oh, that's because Psychic Terrain's up. Okay, I got you. I got you. That makes sense. Alright, what if we have Grass Knot? Let's say we're versus Hippowdon, right? Uh, 83 to 98. We don't get Taunt. We do get Taunt. What the hell? Oh yeah, I just said that, didn't I? Honestly, Moonblast is so silly. I like Moonblast a lot, but Draining Kiss, giving us passive recovery, is like really, really good here. Because like everything that Draining Kiss is going to hit is probably just going to hit neutrally. I mean, Moonblast, honestly, Draining Kiss probably kills Vish, though. I mean, maybe it's worth just a Protect on Lele. Shadow Ball, Moonblast. Just to maybe stall a turn or so. Then that's almost 3 Pokemon with Protect. Protect is like, it's so busted. That's the only reason that we're playing Hyper Offense. We don't need Protect. Although I'm bad with Hyper Offense, which is why I lost last week. I like bulky offense. I like balance. Hyper Offense. This is not a Hyper Offense team right now. It's not, solely due to the fact that the one that Lantern exists. Everything else is pretty Hyper Offense. But depending on what Ferrothorn has, it's probably just balance. Knockoff is really good. I'm probably just going to run Leech Seed. It's kind of a safe bet. Leech Seed's like just really safe. Yeah, and then honestly, Rocky Helm. Can we get any more recovery back from anything though? He doesn't even have a fire type, does he? Oh my, oh, he has Oricorio, which is hilarious. We can't really hit anything. Maybe go for like a heavy slam. Do we have heavy slam? Is that a move we get? It is. Gyro Ball probably does a ton to Stoutland. Especially if it's going fast. And Aerodactyl. Gyro Ball, yeah, Gyro Ball kills the two of them. I almost want to run something really silly, though. Not silly, but... I feel like Protect will get us turns of recovery. But I also don't want to... I also don't want to be setup fodder for, like, Reuniclus or something like that. I want to know how much an Explosion does versus Reuniclus. Knockoff doesn't do nearly as much as you'd think it would. Explosion also hardly does anything, which is just so sad. They really neutered the heck out of Explosion. Curse is great. Although Reuniclus can really only hit us with a Focus Blast. Knockoff is just solid. Good damage on anything. Knocks off items. Could help versus like leftovers or chipping to certain things. Mostly I just don't want to like hit a Lucario or try to knock off Reuniclus, have it be a Z move, and then get hit with like a Phytium. That'd be no fun. But we pretty much go into Lele on Reuniclus though, right? I think I'm going to run maybe Psyshock and then Calm Mind. Does that seem silly? Torpedo, yeah, you're all good. Mostly I just don't want Pharaoh to be setup fodder here. Shadow Claw hits Reuniclus, and it has a high chance for crits. Really, really funny. Let's say Reuniclus is on the field, right? Reuniclus kind of bodies everybody but Lele. We really need a better Reuniclus answer here. We really, really do. It's such like a crazy WinCon. Worry Seed's hilarious. Would I ever realistically click Worry Seed? Worry Seed prevents it from... It prevents Dracovish from being speedy. It prevents Reuniclus from being Magic Guarded, so we can Leech Seed it. Although at that point, should we even run Gyro Ball, or should we just run Iron Head? Iron Head does more probably neutral damage to Reuniclus. Probably just Iron Head then, right? Gyro Ball is a lot of damage, especially versus like Aerodactyl, but I think Iron Head does probably the same amount of work. For Worry Seed. Worry Seed also gets rid of nothing else important, but it's high key tech. But it's super tech. Could also run Spikes. Probably just Protect though, right? I don't want something to set up in Ferrothorn's face though. Imagine if Ferrothorn got Teleport. Oh my god. Body Press hits Lucario on a switch. Iron Head hits Comfey as well, which is pretty dang important. Honestly, I think I'm just going to run Knockoff just solely for Pikachu / Aerodactyl / if we want to get rid of like a band on something. I think this is just totally fine. Physically defensive, definitely. Because he really doesn't have any specially defensive or especially offensive Pokemon besides Reuniclus and sometime maybe Lucario. Comfey we wall regardless because of 116 Spadef. So I think this is just probably Ferrothorn's moveset here. And Lele, I really want to run Protect on it. Shadow Ball is super important for Uniclus. Really good answer to Uniclus here. Lele, I almost feel like needs to be 252 positive special attack. The only thing that threatens Lele is sped up Dracovish, set up Aerodactyl, set up Reuniclus, and that's pretty much it. Or maybe Light Ball Pikachu. We can run like 252 defense as well. Especially if we want to run Draining Kiss. Psyshock doesn't do that well versus Hippowdon though. Does a Lele at +2 Spadef, or does Lele at +2 defense eat a Vicious Rend? That's what I want to know. That is what I want to know. At +2. My God. I don't think we do. Also, somebody's playing music outside my apartment. You can tell because the window's open. My B, folks, I cannot control something like that. Alright, if you're level 50, I'm level 50. You're definitely going to be Sand Rush. So you're going to be faster if the sand is going. Vicious Rend at +2 will not kill us, even if he's Sand Rush Banded Adamant. Which is so crazy. And then what if we're Draining Kiss? Does Draining Kiss kill? Oh my God! Draining Kiss does indeed do it. Okay, hold up. If we're Iron Defense, right? Draining Kiss, Shadow Ball, and then I mean Stored Power is great. Calm Mind is equally hilarious. Because, like, he can't hit us on the special side. If we get one Iron Defense up, we basically, like, beat his team. Is that a WinCon? Is that insane? Is that insane tech here? Yeah, because then we beat, probably Lucario. I really want to probably just Calm Mind here. If we get an opportunity, well, we're probably going to want to Iron Defense first. Calm Mind lets us beat... Oh no, because Z Shadow Ball kills Reuniclus. I wonder if we get, like... We don't get, like, Plot or anything like that, right? We don't. We get Future Sight. Ooh, I didn't even realize, dude. If we got Teleport, Lele would be insane. Insane, especially defensive pivot. Nature's Madness on a Switch is pretty cool, too. But I want something that'll probably just lend to us setting up. Sub probably works for that, right? Sub, Iron Defense, Draining Kiss, Shadow Ball. Doesn't really take advantage of terrain. And actually, you know what? No, because we don't want him to go for priority with, like, Lucario or something like that. And we're probably never going to want to outspeed Lucario either. So if we underspeed everything... Is this silly? This is so silly, but it's like so funny. Setup sweeper, potential setup sweeper, trapper, defensive pivot, offensive pivot. Max special attack. I mean, sub's great, but... We get another ghost move, maybe? We get Astonish. Ooh, crazy. Yeah, probably not. Because, yeah, then Draining Kiss brings us all the way back to full. Although, honestly, like, sub is great and all, but if we have an opportunity to get an Iron Defense up, we pretty much do well versus everything. I really just want to be able to boost our special attack, though. And we have high enough special attack as is. And Shadow Ball does neutral damage to everything. I mean, Calm Mind... No, because, like, if we run Protect, right? We Protect versus, like, some crazy stuff. We just pivot into something that might take it better. Like, if Dracovish is on the field, right? We don't have an Iron Defense up. It's faster than us. We can Protect. It scouts the Vicious Rend. We go into Lantern. Then we get, like, a T-Wave or something off. I think that this is probably just the team here. Lele, Force Bedef, totally fine. Max Defense. Max Special Attack. Less HP. And I'll tell you why less HP. So Draining Kiss can recover more of our HP. That is definitely why. Protect's really good. Ferrothorn, max defense here. Sharpedo. Yeah, Adamant's fine. 80. Ooh, 80 into probably HP. Well, then I guess we'll put... Yeah, we'll put that there. Because this means we outspeed Lucario. Life Orb. No Sash, no screens. And yeah, no, this is probably the team. I'm pretty happy with it. I think that the Lele set's kind of a highlight. Honestly, I think the Pokemon that's probably going to put in the most work here, or really the make or break, is probably going to be Nihilego and Lantern. Sharpedo has a great opportunity. If we're running Protect and we get a boost off, or we get like a kill on something, if we get Aqua Jet, pick something off with regular Sharpedo, and then Protect the next turn, we're then at +2. But then Crunch doesn't really kill Dracovish then. Does it? No, it doesn't. But that's okay. That's assuming Dracovish is kind of already out of the way. We will be into the battle very, very shortly. It'll be probably a couple days for me, but for you guys, it'll be happening right about now. All right, boys, here we are in the battle versus Dan, and we see that he brought the Dracovish, Stoutland, Oricorio, Hippowdon, Reuniclus, and Spiritomb. Now, the one that I'm probably the most scared of, ironically, is probably the Reuniclus. I've seen what Reuniclus can do to teams, and I'm not exactly sure that we have the ability to necessarily handle it. Nihilego has Toxic Spikes, but again, if it's Magic Guard, we can't really hit it with any sort of status. Gibson has Leech Seed and Knockoff, but that's about as far as we're going to be able to take it. The biggest answer we have is Ghost DMZ on Lele, as well as Crunch on Sharpedo, as well as potentially just Whirlpool trapping it with Fish Fatty, but Fish Fatty will not be able to really do anything about it. So, regardless, this team is definitely scary, definitely a Sand Core. The Oricorio kind of surprises me, but also it's just an answer to Ferrothorn. Mostly, I'm thinking, due to the fact that he probably thinks I'm going to leave Ferrothorn just for the rocks. I wish I had Power Gem for the Oricorio on Nihilego, but I don't. I'm just going to give him a little hello. Hopefully, how does this look? Okay, so it doesn't even show the chat. I used to show the chat. I don't know what happened with the scaling, but I think this looks absolutely fine. We are currently waiting for a commissioner to join, just to be able to actually start the battle. I am indeed a commissioner. Joe may not be able to join. That's totally fine. But let's see. Who the heck would we even want to lead? Choice Scarf. Noivern's pretty good. I expect either Hippowdon or even Oricorio. Spiritomb also would not be the worst lead in the world. I think we're actually pretty good. Pretty much no matter who he leads with, it's going to be fine. If we indeed lead with... I'm thinking if we lead with... We don't have a Focus Sash on anybody, I don't think. We don't even have Sturdy on anybody. Oh, one thing that I did do is I swapped out the Rocky Helmet for Leftovers on Ferrothorn, just because I figured that a little bit of passive recovery probably was just going to help us, and that he didn't have enough physical attackers that would make contact with me to really warrant the Rocky Helm. Yes, it's good versus Dragovich. Yes, it's good versus Stoutland, but we're probably going to do fine versus them anyway because we're max HP, max defense. That being said, I think that our best option right now is actually probably Lantern. If he is leading Spiritomb, it scares me a little bit, but it shouldn't be a huge deal. I feel like it's either going to be Spiritomb, Hippowdon, or Oricorio, and I'm not exactly sure. Oh, you know what I should do? I should move this, actually. I'm going to move this straight forward, because I'm looking over here, but I want the battle to be here. Hi there. How's it going? I have two monitors, and one of them's kind of at like a weird angle for me, just because of the way my desk is set up in the corner of my room, but it's okay. The safest thing we probably can lead is just Ferrothorn. Getting rocks up, his only hazard removal is Oricorio. If he leads Oricorio, I expect a Revelation Dance, then we can switch into probably Lantern and be totally fine. Even versus like Spiritomb, also probably good. He has no Leech Seed resists either, so I'm not exactly worried about that. So Ferrothorn, despite being obvious, is probably our best lead, just to be able to get rocks up. I don't really want to think about it too much. I kind of just want to do it. I'm kind of waiting for the go for it, boys. But, you know, that's okay. It's okay. Usually when we start a match, Joe says go for it, boys. And without the go for it, boys, I feel wrong. So we know we're going to lead Ferrothorn, and that's totally fine. If he leads Oricorio, it is what it is. We could also potentially knock off a Sandrock on Hippowdon, which could be good. Or we can knock off maybe something on Spiritomb or Reuniclus. Mike's here as well. Mike, Nick, Drac. There are a lot of people here, actually. A lot of people in this battle window. That's kind of crazy. How did everybody know we were battling? That's kind of nuts. Yeah, I think the worst case scenario is if he leads Reuniclus. If he leads Reuniclus, we probably just straight swap into Lele, honestly. Assuming that he's not specially defensive, if he goes for a Calm Mind, we're a little bit in trouble. It's not the worst thing in the world because we have the ability to deal with it. We have 3 different checks to Reuniclus. But Reuniclus is probably the most problematic lead here. Yeah. Reuniclus is the thing I'm most scared of. I'm a little scared of Sand. Yeah. Dan's asking if we're good to go, but I think we'll probably just send it. Joe's here, but I don't feel right starting without him. All right. We're good. We're just... Yes, it is ritual. Yes, Drax saying in chat that the ritual demands it. I agree. The go for it, boys, is necessary, but especially if he's in the window. If he's in the battle window, I mean, come on. I gotta get the go for it, boys. Joe, if you're watching this PFL video, I know who I've been leading for like 3 minutes. Let me know if we can break tradition and actually start the battle without that go for it, boys, because I'm a sucker for it. I really am. I really, really am. It doesn't feel right battling without the go for it, boys, quite frankly. I'm probably going to have to cut this part out of the video, to be honest with you, but I might leave it in. Who knows? I'm still recording. It's not a big deal. That's the best part about not streaming, is actually it's kind of... Oh, go for it, boys. Here it is. And it's Spiritomb. Okay. Now we could protect. I think it just makes sense to maybe just get rocks off here. He... could go for like a trick or something, which would be kind of unfortunate. Maybe he is going to go for like a switcheroo or something like that. That would really, really suck. If he goes for a Willow, it's also kind of a problem here. He has a lot of grounded Pokemon that would not appreciate Toxic Spikes. I really almost expect a trick, if I'm being completely honest. And I sort of want to call that out. But I really don't want to have anything be tricked necessarily. If he goes, what could he go for? Willow? Poltergeist? I'm going to go into Noivern here. Oh, it's banded. That's what I thought. Hilarious. And now he's scarfed Poltergeist. I'm gonna... I knew it. I knew you were going to go for the turn 1. I knew you were going to go for the turn 1. That's only a little bit problematic, actually. If we switcheroo the band back on him, that's kind of a problem. So I'm actually just going to go for the Draco here. He might actually be wanting to swap. The U-turn for momentum would be great, but I think that a Draco is just a solid option. Gets good damage off on everybody, and then we also have a band to potentially swap onto either Reuniclus or Ikorio. Now we know that the band isn't on Dracovish, nor is it on Stoutland, so that's a good thing. Actually, that's another good reason. That was a pretty good read on our end. Not to, like, you know, but you see Spiritomb lead. It's versus a Ferrothorn. You got to imagine that the turn 1 trick is indeed a possibility. If you went for Poltergeist, if you went for Roost, or not Roost, if you went for Poltergeist, if you went for Willow, that's pretty much all Spiritomb would be able to do. And I really want to have Ferrothorn able to select a bunch of moves later on in the battle. What did we bring Ironhead for? It was Comfey, right? Does Dan have Comfey? I don't know, dude. I built for this battle like 3-4 days ago. Actually, it was 5 days ago, I think. I think I recorded it on Sunday is when I built. And today's Thursday when I'm recording the battle itself. So it's been a long time since I've even touched these sets. I truly have no idea. Hippowdon's about to take a Draco here. A solid 50. To me, that screams especially defensive. It is leftovers here. I cannot stay in realistically. He's probably just going to go for some rocks. Right? Probably just some rocks here. I mean, now's a pretty good time for... I wish we could switch, like, the band on it, dude. He can't go for EQ. This is, like, the most obvious rocks in the history of ever. Or he might slack off here. But we don't want to go into Nihiligo, because if he's specially defensive, we cannot Grass Knot. So actually, I think it just makes sense to go into Gibson here. Yep, easy rocks. I'm going to trade some rocks as well. Or I could potentially even go for a Leech Seed or a knockoff. I think I'm probably just going to go for the Leech Seed at this point. Stoutland does not get Sap Sipper. If it's Reuniclus, actually, if Reuniclus comes, I really want to get a knockoff. I'm going to go for the knockoff. Because if it's... yeah, because then Spiritomb can't potentially trick us the Scarf. And if he happens to be Scarfed Dracovish, then I don't want him to be triply fast in sand. I just want him to be doubly fast. And we know he's not Sandrock either. And we're leftovers, so this is perfect. We're in a really good spot versus Hippowdon. The knock on Spiritomb is great. Now he could potentially trick our leftovers onto him, which is like absolutely not a deal like at all. So I can just go for the rocks. I'm free to click rocks. If he goes for a burn, I'm like chilling because I have passive recovery. No booties on Noivern though. Yep, tricks. He gets some leftovers. That's not a big deal. We get our rocks up. Sandstorms pop in. Now we're free to, I believe, just click Leech Seed. Yep, there's the Willow. That's what I thought. That kind of sucks though. He did miss the Willow, which is obviously not exactly where you want to be. He is leftovers. We don't have an item at this point. If he is going to burn anybody, I really kind of want him to maybe burn Lantern. Lantern's really important for Dracovish, though. Honestly, Ferrothorn's doing fine here. We've seen 2 moves here. If he burns us... oh, he could be Pain Split, though. Okay. That's fine. Actually, you know what? We're going into Nightman here. If he goes for a Poltergeist, it's silly. But here's what we can do. We're getting Leftovers recovery, or Leech Seed recovery back. The U-turn's totally fine. If he goes for a Poltergeist, which I don't think he would, He's in another spot to be hit by a Draco, which he probably also doesn't want. Hippowdon's at 61, which means we can probably 2-tap with Draco. I don't expect him to stay. We could also go for a banded U-turn. Seems like he's probably considering switching for some reason. I think he's considering switching, so I'd actually rather just... Actually, no. I'm double guessing too much. It is Reuniclus. Damn, dude. 46? That is not good. Now I can't switch a Rue. Okay. We know Lele is our Reuniclus check. If he goes for a Calm Mind, we're fine. He does recover. Now is the moment here to probably just Z Shadow Ball, right? Although Stoutland is still alive. Iron Defense, hilarious. I think I'm just going to go for the Never-Ending Nightmare. Oh, please kill. I don't think he's specially defensive. Yes! Out of the way. Let's go. Let's go. Show me Vicious Rend. Now we're in a great spot because we can protect as well. If we go for a protect and he sends in something like Dracovish or Stoutland, we know what he's going to hit us with. If he goes into Spiritomb, we could potentially protect the Poltergeist and then go into Ferrothorn. And Ferrothorn's totally fine with the Poltergeist because guess what? We don't have an item anymore. We played the beginning part of this battle really, really well, actually. He was Colberberry? Okay. He said, damn it, Colberberry. That's actually really good for us, just because, Sharpedo was another option for us to take him down. Now, I could protect here. I mean, what is he even gonna go for, though? He's leftovers? I high-key want to get, like, another Draco off. Is he gonna go for EQ here? Whirlwind. Oh, crazy. That's fine. This is great. That was actually pretty phenomenal. I'm not gonna lie here. Okay. We can't Volt Switch. He's gonna want to take... He doesn't want to take a Scald with anybody. Or especially with Hippowdon. I could play a turn ahead of him and try to Volt Switch here. Especially if we're ballooned. I'm going for a little Volt Switch action, dude. I'm telling you, he's going to switch. I'm telling you he's going to switch. He has to switch. He's going to think, oh, Dracovish can come in and Outrage, or Banded Outrage, or Choice Scarf Outrage or something. There's no way he stays in with Hippowdon right now. Yup. Easy. Easy read. Let's go. 29%. And now we're in with, let's see, is a +1. Okay, so we have time to calc this. And ignore this new tab here for one split second. Actually, we really don't have time to do this. If he goes for a Fire Fang, he's a genius. If he goes for a Superpower... Oh, okay, and actually, hold up. We could protect. Yeah, I'm going to go for the Leech Seed. Superpower, yikes. Attacks down, Iron Barbs, Leech Seed. A little bit of recovery here. Not a huge deal. If he goes for another one, that's 57, so we're actually just, like, totally fine here. We're, like, really, really good. Yeah, we're staying alive, too. We're absolutely staying alive. Oh my god, we have literally Draining Kiss, dude. Like, I totally forgot about that. Okay. We could just go for a Shadow Ball. He might have Calm Mind, which could be a large issue. But we resist everything that he wants to throw at us. Defog. Defog's fine. Defog I'm good with. That actually gets rid of the rocks on both ends, which I'm totally fine with. He's going to take a Scald from something. If he switches into Dracovish, he's going to get burned. Hopefully it's somebody who doesn't want to Scald. Even Stoutland doesn't really want to Scald. I think we're invested in our special attack too. Dracovish, please burn. Please burn. Ah! Okay, so that popped. That high key sucks. I mean, this is what Lantern is like here for. Is Lantern really gonna do anything more? Do we live a Choice Scarf EQ? Is it worth switching to something else to try to... Let's find out. 26? Alright. Oh, he's Life Orb. Oh, weird. Okay. Alright, that's fine. Not a huge deal. He's got 20 seconds left. That's not... Oh, he's Life Orb, so he's mad slow. Okay, that's fine. Oh, and he pops a Pout on, knowing he needs to get the sand back up if he's going to be Life Orb here. Okay. I'm pretty sure we switcheroo here, because that's fine. Ice Fang's crazy! That's crazy tech. But now we know here. We could... I'm going to crunch, because he's going to go into somebody here. Ice Fang's not going to be enough here. That way we get a +2. All good. We're totally fine. We're getting boosts. He literally won't be able to touch us. Whoa! Sucker Punch! Whoa! Whoa, whoa, whoa! One turn. Sandstorm. Dracovish is not faster than us at +2 here. We just need... Sandstorm Setter's still alive. He's got 10 seconds. Oh, yo, I hope he doesn't... Oh my god, he might DQ. Holy crap, dude. Okay. We're gonna protect, right? Right? Know what he goes for? It is a rend, which is a little silly, but okay. It's gonna be fine, I think. Oh, it didn't kill. That's fine. Outrage. Okay, because now he's stuck into Outrage. Now he has to... Okay, wait. He dies? Interesting. This is really kind of moving and shaking here. Stoutland... If Hippowdon comes in... Yeah, there he is. Okay, that's totally fine. I'm going to go for a Scald. He's kind of in a really big bind, and he's running really low on time. Oh, it didn't kill. No burn either. That's kind of fine. Oh, Stoutland. Oh my god, Stoutland is like such a problem here. Stoutland is like a really, really big problem. Okay. How do we burn the most turns of sand possible? Well, Draining Kiss gets us back up a little bit, and then we can protect. I think we're probably fine. But we protect here, or maybe we Draining Kiss first. We could Iron D. Iron D is like hilarious. Iron D! Let's go! Let's go. You into Oricorio? Are you serious, bro? Alright, a crit? No! No! 2 turns left. Okay, it's gonna be miscalced, I think. No matter what, I think we win. I think no matter what, we win. Because either way, he goes into Stoutland. No, wait. Okay, hold on. We're in the end game now here. Because our special attack boosted, not our physical attack. Sandstorm runs out. Stomping Tantrum's fine. He's hurt. That goes away. Oh no, wait. Oh no, he might have won. I think he won. Oh, wait, did he throw? I think he just threw. Yo, he just threw. No! He won. Yo, he literally won. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god! What are we doing, bro? It's over. GG. GG. God damn it! Oh, that was so stupid. As soon as he saved to Powdon, oh my god, that actually... I don't feel good about that game. I don't feel good because we had the momentum the entire time. And I don't know what exactly went wrong here. But something about that Stoutland in the sand, not being able to kill with Scald onto Powdon was huge. The doubles were huge. The crit on Tapu Lele actually mattered because then we died and then we couldn't click Protect. We couldn't Draining Kiss either, dude. I don't know. That's okay. Great game to get Dan. That was really good. He played the sand team really well. We saw through a lot of the stuff, but, I mean, what are you going to do? Yeah, no, that was absolutely the play, is going into Stoutland. He knew we weren't Scarfed or anything like that. Or going into Hippowdon. Damn, man, we're really 1-2 right now. I don't think I've been 1-2 in a league in a really long time. And this is me posting it to YouTube, being 1-2. So you guys can mock me all you want for being bad at Pokemon. R.I.P. What are we going to do? But regardless, that's all for this time. I think I'm going to get out of here because that was a crazy, crazy game. I'm going to definitely have to go back and watch that because there was a turn definitely that just did not go our direction. And it was definitely a problem. But if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I'm a little bit salty, but not a huge deal. I'm going to get out of here. Thank you all for watching. And of course, till next time.